They're thinking about passing some kind of county ordinance now because of that. Because they contacted Airbnb and told them, they said, you need to get your act together and do a little bit better on vetting people and all this other stuff or something.
Thinking about passing some kind of.
I'm waiting to see what happened with that. What's up, Corey? How's it going?
Hey, Corey's first this morning.
Corey Mano, how you doing?
Hey, there you go, Corey. Yeah.
I might slip out for a little bit, Paul, but I'll be back. There's a ship coming up I want to get.
Yeah. Hey, Trevor. What ship is that coming up, Paul?
The Great Republic.
Oh, okay.
Edward, Trevor, how's it going?
Edward.
Trevor, Corey.
Yeah, I got a couple things to do this morning. I got one to go all the way down to frickin' Blenheim, but I don't think I'm going to go until tomorrow, I think.
Good to see everybody. Yeah, still they're still calling what for possible intermittent little rain showers now and then.
Well, it's funny because I was over Wayne's there last night, and there's some really dark clouds going over, but I looked at the weather app, and looked like you were getting a storm at the time.
Yeah, well, I went down and got a ship last night before it got dark, and I was up in the air when it started raining like hell.
Yeah. Well, so I was going like, holy crap, they're getting a storm on there, but I didn't know you were flying. Yeah.
Yeah. Trevor, the answer is no.
Yeah. And in case anybody hasn't seen the news, they just a few minutes ago captured that guy down in Pennsylvania, that escaped prisoner. So
The bad guy is.
they got him. They're just transporting him right now to wherever they're going to take him. Hopefully they'll keep him under lock and key a little bit longer this time.
Yeah. Watch this right here. Oh man, I laughed so hard last night when I watched this.
He's a good boy. Did you hear about the neighbor? She heard her dog's pregnant. She's gonna have 9 puppies. You know anything about that, buddy? Boy, you okay? You okay? He's a good boy. Did you hear about the neighbor?
His face. No, Trevor. What's up, Joe?
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna go up. Why did it pop back up over there? Okay.
I'll be right back. Which one of you guys wanted me to make the host?
Well, it don't matter, Paul. You'll be back anyway. So
Oh yeah, about 20 minutes.
yeah.
Okay, Paul, you're the host.
Oh, look at that. I'm the hostess with the mostess. Okay. So what's happening with that hurricane? Still moving slow. It's only 9 kilometers an hour. Like that's like what, 5 mile an hour, 4 mile an hour? Holy crap, that's slow moving one. Just out there hanging out there.
Didn't you already have one of those, Joe?
Oh,
Uh,
Joe ordered it. I bought a.
No, TJ's thinking he's a few $100s short from getting the one he wanted to get from that person. Hopefully he gets his. I was watching the new update on the Apple i15. Yeah. Very disappointing. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not an Apple phone user, but
Well, apparently they changed it to a, instead of a
USB.
Lightning to a C, USB-C or something.
Yeah, it was only because they were forced to.
Yeah. Well, because England said they couldn't have a lightning cable anymore.
Such minimal upgrades though. I mean, if you got a 12 or newer, I wouldn't even an 11, I wouldn't bother upgrading. To be honest with you.
I just got a new phone eventually here.
And of course, it looks exactly like the last 5 previous models of the phone. It's got a few upgrades, but they're so minor, I wouldn't waste my money buying a new one, to be honest with you. Chuck G, what's up? I read Frost will be visiting the upper peninsula of Michigan. Assuming that's what that means. Up along the Eva Range Burr.
Oh,
Wish we
what
could
the
get a nice cold front down in Florida. That'd be real nice. Love to be able to open the windows of the house and air it out. Those are the best days, man, when you can turn the air conditioner off, open the windows, and it's nice and cool. Yeah, I heard the Google Pixels were okay, but I've also heard a lot of complaints about them. But I heard the camera's freaking amazing on those. The sensor they use, but I mean, I guess if you're really into taking photos with your phone, but I don't know. I've never had a Pixel, so I'm not entirely sure about that. There was a few people I know on YouTube here in our community that got it and they ended up not liking it and changing. Oh yeah, Chuck, that's actually just a default background from Zoom that I'm using. I got other of my own personal ones, but yeah, it's just a default one. It's pretty cool. I wish Zoom would stop defaulting full name on there though. Keep changing it. Later, Joe. Cause I know Chuck had a Pixel, he didn't like it. Something with DJI, I guess it just wasn't vibing very well with the DJI app. And then Laura had one, but Laura's super picky about phones anyway, cause she went from Apple, and I think she went to the Pixel, and then she went to the Android. She was bouncing all over phones for like 6 months there.
I was just sitting there looking here for phones. But it seemed like the iPhone 12 was cheaper than the iPhone 11. Why is that? I'm not sure.
It might be the Max versus the standard iPhone.
Yeah. What's the weird deal with the Max?
A bigger screen, usually a little bit better processor. Might have a bigger sensor on the camera.
Yeah.
But it's probably the iPhone 11 Max, and you're probably looking at the iPhone 12, the standard.
Yeah. Okay. No.
No, he doesn't ever fly live, Chuck. He just films them and then posts them.
Yeah, that's all he does. He just goes down, films them, and edits them.
Did you
Posts them.
imagine trying to talk him into doing a live? Jesus.
No.
He has enough trouble starting Zoom up. Oh my God, that'd be a nightmare trying to talk Paul through doing the live stream from his drone.
Oh, no, it would never happen. Not with Paul.
So I
No.
said he barely can start Zoom up without having issues.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to be using Prism pretty well. I know when I first started flying drones, I was using Prism and it just, back when I used it is when it first came out and it was really crappy, but it's gotten a lot better last couple of years. Can I help you, dude? What? What? What?
No, it's not Julian, Roger out.
So much.
Hang on, this time, Tuesday, the advised 1 minute, the radio test, 1 minute, the radio test.
Oh, he's right here. Sitting on my lap. There you go, Sarah. There's your puppy. There's your little buddy. Just jumped up in my lap, sitting here.
This time, Tuesday, the on meter 1, 0, over.
Yeah, well, you can do it through the app too, Trevor, like you're saying, but a lot of the guys use the Prism app. Although I haven't live streamed, but I think like one time from my drone back on my old channel. But, so I'm not really sure what the benefits are that they get from using Prism. But a lot of the guys end up using Prism. They don't end up doing the RTMP through the app. Cause I know, I think Bill Ronayne uses Prism, Chris Hope uses Prism. A lot of the guys use it. I wanna say Dennis Lovelady uses it as well. I think it's because you can, I think it has some more features with like the chat and stuff, having it up on the screen and different things like that than doing it through the app. But technically, yes, you don't need anything else. You can do it right through the app if you want. I'm assuming that Prism has better features. I'm assuming that's why they use it. But back when I was using Prism, man, it was glitchy. I hated it.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was like when, like I said, that was like when I first started flying drones a few years ago. Prism had just come out and it had so many glitches with it. It was a pain in the ass to use, and I live streamed like maybe once or twice, and then I just kind of gave up on doing that. Oh yeah, Chuck, there's always other
Yeah.
drones down there at the water. He
Yeah.
actually catches other drones in his videos quite a bit.
Yeah, he was flying the other day and one was zipping around pretty good there. I think on that Memorial Day thing or something. What was it? There was something he was going on down there.
And somebody met, I don't remember who it was, but somebody met a guy in another state and he knew who Paul was from his videos on YouTube.
Chuck G was there. He was down there and he just met Paul down there. But he's from down in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio or something there.
Yeah, there was another guy, I don't remember who it was that told us in Paul's chat one day that he was on vacation.
Oh,
and
Chuck,
he-
and then he's in the chat right now.
No, it was somebody else. They said they met somebody that
Oh.
he already knew Paul. The person already knew Paul,
Oh,
but they met somebody in another state that knew who Paul's channel was because of the ships.
it looks like I got a new name, Missing Hodges. Good morning,
Nah,
Captain. Oh,
I know about that, Chuck, but this was something that was like 6 months ago. It was a while back. I don't know. It could have been you, but yeah, okay, that might have been you then. I remember somebody saying something a while back. It was a while ago though. Okay. What's up, David? What's up, Joe? How's it going?
Monty got one.
Well, I mean, that's what most people streaming anyway on Facebook or YouTube anyway, Trevor. You actually see more 720 streams than you do 1080, to be honest with you.
you see a convicted killer in U.S. illegally captured 2 weeks after prisoner escape. But if you look over here on the right-hand side, there's following the police vehicle right now back to wherever they're going to.
Oh, he's gonna end up going to maximum security now. He's gonna go to whenever you escape from prison,
Yeah.
you'll get sent to even a worse prison. That's
Oh,
even
yeah.
higher lockdown. He'll end
That's
up
why
in a
I
super
shoot at the
max.
cop. They just killed him.
Cause you have, maximum, you got max prison or what is it? A super max. Those are the ones that are on like insane lockdown. They got like 50-foot fences around them and they'll have 3 or 4 layers of fencing. Like they're just insane. They're almost impossible to break out of. Yeah, they got him, David. They caught him with a thermal drone.
About half an hour ago or 3/4 an hour ago. And Captain Joe, if you're looking for Paul, he'll be going around this ship very, very shortly. God, it's not very bright down there right now. It's really dark, that picture. Holy shit. But anyways. Yeah, it's breaking news. You can go to Fox, CNN, any of those right now. You'll see that they just got him. Hey, and by the way, guys, you know how they got him? Hey, they got him with a drone. Drone caught his heat signature, so. Well, they had a good idea where he was because they had the place surrounded and they worked that area with their drone. Apparently, they had to put it down once because of the weather, but they put it back up again. But I'm not sure what it was, about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning. And they seen it where he is, so they kept an eye on him. And moving everybody into position and stuff. But anyways, it was a drone that got him. So, hey, one for us. For drones.
I knew they were gonna get him, and so it was just a matter of time.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get him. But the thing is, I'm surprised they got him alive. Or they didn't shoot him or something.
He'd have been better off stealing somebody's car and fucking going down to a dock and getting on a boat and hauling ass.
Yeah.
Then,
But he's like, holy crap, man, from Pennsylvania. He had to drive a few 100,000 miles, or wow, what, 1,000 miles anyway, south to get on the boat.
no, because Pennsylvania's right on the East Coast.
Huh?
He would have.
Oh, yeah.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, he would have just had to go to the eastern coast. That's what I'm saying. That's probably what I would have done if I was in his position. I would have tried to get to the water because then you could have stole a boat or got on a boat. You know, something. I definitely would have got the hell out of that area as quick as possible. Just luckily he didn't he didn't get into nobody's houses, though. Thank God.
Oh, in the houses. Oh, he stole that one rifle. And
Yeah,
then
but the homeowner came out shooting at him though.
missed him though. Couldn't have been a very good shot, but it was enough to scare him away, I guess.
And who's to say that gun even had any ammo in it too?
Yeah.
It's possible it wasn't even loaded.
Oh, could have been. Yeah.
I know back in the day at my mom's and even at my dad's house, you know, we had a couple pistols that were loaded, but as far as all the rifles and stuff, we never left them loaded in the gun safes. We'd always unload them and before we put them up. Well, like I said, there was a couple pistols that were loaded, but that was it.
Yeah.
For the house, but other than that, all the other guns were always empty. Put
I
up.
got in here loaded. Yeah.
Definitely probably what happened down here, Joe, for sure. No doubt about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and they want to take our guns away from us. Huh.
With that reward that was on him, I'd have chased him. I'm sorry, I'd have been full bore behind him, popping him in the ass. $50,000. Hell yeah. I wouldn't have just shot at him and chased him off. I'd have ran his ass down.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. That's like I said, Edward, we had 2 or 3 pistols that would stay loaded all the time, but like between my stepdad and my dad and my grandpa and everybody, shit, they had hundreds of rifles, hundreds. So we had like 3 or 4 huge gun safes that were full of rifles.
Yeah.
But
This is
like I
what
said,
Garth right there. I don't know, might be able to see him in a few minutes, but Paul will be down one side of that while that ship is coming up as soon as it straightens out a bit. But this is where Paul is right now. So the Great Republic. I don't know, no, that's trying to see if anything flashing there with a strobe or not, but don't really need it this time of day. But Paul should be just about in this area right here, right now. But no, that's a bird. It's a bird. No, it's not. Okay.
there it is. No, that's a bird.
No, yeah, I thought it might have been. He'll be in the air right now for sure. No, that's a bird back there because it's bouncing around. There's lots of birds this morning. Too bad they wouldn't back up. Oh, there we go. Thank you. They just backed up now with the camera. All around the place.
I don't see his drone anywhere.
Yeah, well, give it a minute. You might see it. Usually you can see him on the upbounds. But see, he sits there and hovers while the ship goes by. Then he scoops around to the back end of it. So I think he should be on the right side of the ship, come around the back, and then come up the left side, the far side, usually. But going a little higher, maybe they're looking for Paul too. I don't know. Oh no, they're zooming into the. Okay. Yeah, looking at the brake, but geez, I almost might see Paul's zipper on the back, but I don't see anything there.
Be real nice, if eventually they can mount some 360 cameras to these
Well,
poles.
there's Paul there at the bottom there, sitting in front of his truck. Right there. Well, they're backed out so far now, you'll never see a drone because it's so small, right? But Paul is flying it. Not jumping up and down cursing like he lost it or anything, so he must be flying okay. But it's kind of dark and grungy and stuff, but I don't know if no, that's not him there, is it? Right?
I don't see anything right there.
Because it wasn't moving. It was going the same speed as the ship. Oh, no, it is. Right there. No, it's, I don't know. I think it's just a reflection.
I can't tell, to be honest with
Uh, yeah,
you.
yeah. Hey, TJ. Good morning.
I actually saw this, I was telling Paul yesterday, I actually saw this bridge in a movie the other night on Netflix.
Some boys working at the bottom of the bridge on lights or something here down here at the bottom. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna move the camera around. We can see Paul or not.
It's an Air
Yeah.
2S, Trevor, that he flies with during the day. And then at nighttime, he flies with the Altel Nano.
Yeah. But yeah,
Nano,
they're 2S right now.
the Nano does better at nighttime on auto, so he flies with that at night. Because you know, Paul, he doesn't screw with all the camera settings and all that.
Oh yeah, he just puts everything on automatic and let it go. Yeah, he couldn't go in and change things. So there now we might be able to see Paul if he's flying around. He doesn't. I don't see any strobe lights flashing or anything. So sometimes he turns on the strobe, right? Usually about this point here, he's up in the left front corner. He'll come down around here, stop again while it goes around. Then he'll just sit there and hover as it goes by, and then he'll pull out and back behind the ship afterwards. So, well, right there he is, right there. See him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's him.
Yep, there he is, coming up to the bridge. Yep, going down the side of it. Yep. Yeah, yeah. So we did see you, Paul. Yeah. And he should be up back here now, someplace in behind, probably in behind the bridge abutment.
Yeah, he'd be coming back right about now.
Yeah, he should be coming right around to the back end of the ship. And then he does that pull up, right? Afterwards, you know, he goes around behind that, up and away behind.
What you doing, TJ?
Yeah.
Come in the stream, TJ.
Yeah, he'd be up and doing a pull away right about now. Yeah. Wait, his TV blown out again. Ugh.
Can't see shit on that TV. Like the contrast is turned all the way up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we went in. I thought we changed it all, but well, unless he goes in there and plays with it, right? But then again, it depends how bright it is outside, right? Because he's
Well,
got
the problem is he has to adjust it. If he wants people on our end to look at it, he needs to adjust it to the camera, the best
Yeah.
settings for his webcam, not to what he wants to see.
yeah.
Otherwise, it just looks like crap to everybody else.
But he said, "Oh, it makes your skin look too dark." Well, it doesn't make him skin that dark. Just look like maybe a bit of a tan, but that's about it. Yes.
But if you want to use it as a background, you definitely need to adjust it to your webcam.
Well, yeah. Look at it, just all blown out right now. It's actually, I think, it's dark on the screen here.
It'd be cool if Zoom eventually allowed you to put a live background as not like this type of live background, but
Yeah.
where you could actually have a live video going, you know? Because then you could just have, he could put that as a green screen in his background. He wouldn't have to have a TV there. Unfortunately, they only let you put video clips and they can only be so long. You're just going to be watching the same clip over and over again. Well, if you were gonna go work out and you're being lazy, TJ, then get your ass on the panel. That means you didn't go to the gym. You're just sitting there. I need YouTube to catch up already. The TubeBuddy was always behind YouTube. Now it's ahead of YouTube on the view counts. TJ said he'll be up in a minute. So I hit last night. Let's see here. So I hit 427,000 and some change. But on my YouTube page, it's still showing 422. So it hasn't updated yet.
Okay.
Joe just hit 400,000 the other day too. Congratulations there, Joe. I wasn't worried about beating Joe anyway. I was more worried about beating Matt. And of course, he gotta keep coming back with his comments. Oh, I'll let you beat me. Whatever.
Wonder if I can do that. Huh. I want to try something there.
I should be at 450 maybe tomorrow. If not, it'd be the next day for sure.
Green one.
And by this weekend, I'll probably be at 500.
If I do this,
I'm gaining subs like crazy again.
okay,
Got
so
another 12 last night.
they can do that anyways. Huh. That one doesn't move though. Let me see what. I'm just curious. I'm going to try something here. Okay, so that
Oh, I made that, Joe, only because TubeBuddy kind of, their app broke on me again. It breaks every once in a while and it doesn't want to work for a couple weeks. So I just made my own plaque because of that. And I just put the TubeBuddy thing at the bottom. I just made it translucent and put it on the bottom. Cause I like to keep my channel updated with my achievements. So I just made my own because it broke again. And then of course, the day after I made it and posted it, TubeBuddy started working again. So. And vidIQ, they couldn't keep up with how many views I was getting. They were still at 350,000. I already had hit 400,000. So they weren't keeping up with me. So I was trying to keep up on my achievement things. So I just got a blank off of Google Images and then just overlaid everything on it. I just have it just for when the apps aren't working. Because those are the only two that you can get achievements from is vidIQ or TubeBuddy that I know of at least. Those are the only two that you can use. But TubeBuddy has a very bad reputation of that stupid app not working half the time.
I see Paul didn't pin the thing to the chat either, right?
Oh no, hold on. I'll put a link in the chat for right now. In case anybody wants to come in.
I think TJ wanted to come up, but
There's the link in the chat there. Right now, if anybody needs it. And for future reference, as you all know, you can always go back to an old live stream if necessary. 'cause Paul uses the same, link, so. Yeah, so last night's view should take another 6 or 7,000 chunk out of that, 22,000. That should update later this evening.
I'd like to know what's going on down the other end of town. They, apartment, well, a bunch of condos, but they're in like an apartment building, 3 stories and all that. Of course, there's about 5 real estate signs down there, all the different units for sale. I just got a text message to go put one up there. Couldn't be, I've already got 2 there now. Gonna be my 3rd sign. Some of those,
Are
everybody
they,
seems to be leaving.
the apartments or condos?
3 stories, but they're all condo, like they're all individually owned, right? It's got to be a condo.
I mean, I could see investing in a condo if you were like in New York City, something like that, right? That to
Yeah.
me, that makes sense because you have no choice. There's just not houses there. And if the few houses that are in New York City, you're talking, you know, probably $100 million, right? Like just ridiculous amounts of money
Yeah.
for any
Well-
houses that are actually in the city area.
But they're not building a single family home that's small and affordable and reasonable. Everything is executive homes. Every house they build is an executive style home, like, you know, dual floors, you know, all the fancy stuff in it and everything else. Like they're not building a smaller single family home, like 1,200 square feet or 1,500 or whatever. Everything's like 2,500 square feet minimum. Like, you know, but see, a lot.
I couldn't invest in a condo in an area where building a house is 100% viable.
Yeah.
To me, that's a waste of money. Like I said, I could see it in a city where you have no choice. Like that's the only way you can have a place.
But see what they're working around. There's a lot of the millennials are now working from home, so they want a house plus they all want office space. Hey, guess who's back?
I'm back.
I
We
was
should-
watching, that documentary about that building in New York City that they were building. It was a bunch of like billionaire apartments.
Yeah.
They were like, I don't know, like 90 million a piece or some shit. And now the building, the developer didn't build it correctly. Now the building's leaning 8 degrees. And it's just sitting there vacant because they're in
Yeah.
this big ass lawsuit with the development company and everything. And everybody that bought apartments in there have all pulled out. And now this big tall ass building is just sitting there vacant. And it's leaning 8 degrees. I'll tell you, those buildings that they have down there on what they call Billionaires Row. Oh my God, dude, those apartments are so nice. And they got a view of Central Park and everything. That's what I would love to have. Just as a getaway, not necessarily live there, but I've always wanted to have an apartment in New York City just as a getaway for like Christmas, stuff like that.
Did they have an operator on the camera?
Yeah, it looked like it, they did. Cause they were zooming in and out
Okay.
on the pilot house and stuff.
Oh, man.
They seem to be following the ship, so I think there was somebody operating it. 'Cause I don't think they really do a whole lot of the operation when there's not really a ship around, huh? They kind of let it pan a little bit and then they might zoom in on a couple things and
That's better. Because while you're gone, your screen is just blowing right out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. But it is what it is, right? So Paul, you got a couple of signs to do today?
That's
Yeah,
all right.
3 now. I got 3 now.
Oh, good. More money for the honey.
The third one was the removal. So
Okay. Well, when you bill them up front for a sign, you put that in there so that the removal isn't a separate charge, right?
no, it's all one price.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
you charge them for an install and then turn around for a removal. They'd probably just say, hell, we'll just leave the sign there. So no, it's all in one. Only place I really make money is here in town. I don't make a lot of money outside of town, but you got to take the bad with the good, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Like, I can make a couple $100 in an hour here, but they, like that one I did in Blenheim. Okay, so if I charge $40 a sign here in town, right? So I do 5 of them in an hour. That's $200 an hour worth of work. But like I got one in Blenheim, I charge $150 to put that one up in Blenheim, but it's an hour there, an hour back to put it up. Then I got to go get it and bring it back. So it's another hour there, another hour back. So that's 4 hours for $150. So, I mean, I'm covering my costs and stuff like that, making a little money. But like I said, I can stay in town in an hour and make $200. That one there, I got 4 hours and only made 150. So it's, in order to get this, you got to do that, right? So it just balances out at the end, right? So
Well, it'd be different too if you had a vehicle that didn't eat gas.
yeah. Yeah, but also you got to have a freaking $80,000 or $100,000 here in Canada to get an electric vehicle and have a charger and all that shit. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, upfront costs are prohibitive.
yeah.
I see that in one of the news articles the last couple of days is in the United States, they found what they think is the largest deposit of hydride, which is the nickel hydride battery stuff
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
in the world.
Oh, what? Whereabouts in U.S.?
In the US, yeah. It just showed a picture of like drilling.
Yeah.
Well, I found one of the largest lithium deposits in
Lithium,
Afghanistan.
that's what it was, lithium.
Yeah, we found a huge deposit of lithium when we were in Afghanistan. They actually have a very large lithium deposit there too. That's really good because there was a lot of countries that were actually relying on China for that at the moment. Dude, China's going down, bro. Tell you what. They're actually losing a lot of manufacturing to Mexico as well. India and Mexico. I was watching a video last night. They were talking about that. Apparently Mexico has taken quite a bit of manufacturing from them. Which is even better for us because Mexico is so close,
Yeah, there he is.
Oh
Yeah.
man, why couldn't he have just raised the gun? That way we didn't have to waste money putting him back in jail.
Oh, now they got to go through courts and brick and everything else.
Yeah, man, he could have just.
Well, he since he pulled that off, he'll be shackled for life.
Oh, he's going to a supermax for sure.
Yeah.
Because he's probably gonna get federal charges for that. And he'll end up in a supermax because once you escape from prison, they're gonna send you to a supermax, which is a federal prison.
His head was bleeding a bit, but But anyway, they ended up cutting the clothes off of him, right? So, yeah, you can see right there. They're cutting his shirt off.
They should have just, he should have just raised the gun so the SWAT team could have just ended it and then wouldn't have to worry about him no more.
A big tattoo in the back.
Fucking loser.
Because I think they cut his pants off too, if I'm right. Or,
They went from
Yeah.
2 cuts down to 1 set.
pants off. Now, probably got to check him over for injuries, right? And they're not going to take the cuffs off him, so.
Oh no, and they're gonna have 2 or 3 guys in the back of that truck aiming guns at his ass. He ain't going nowhere.
Oh, those
Yeah,
guys. Oh, yeah. He
He
wouldn't
wouldn't
get.
be, he
Yeah,
wouldn't
they
be able
cut
to
his
get out.
pants off.
Yep.
He wouldn't be able to get out of that truck anyway. Look at those doors on that thing.
Oh, no, he'll never get out. But, yeah.
I mean, that's a freaking driving bank vault pretty much. You ain't getting out of that truck once they put you in there, lock the doors, you're stuck in there. That's what I'm saying, Joe. It'd been a lot better if you would have just raised that gun at the damn SWAT team. Then
Yeah,
you
no
wouldn't have
kidding.
to even worry about them no more.
Look at this. They're still going with them. This is live right now, guys.
That's
don't
what
know
I said.
where they're
Things are
taking.
dry-
But that's definitely a SWAT vehicle. Look at all the standing positions on the side of the thing here.
That's what I said, it's a driving bank vault.
Yeah.
The thing's all armored and bulletproof windows, everything else.
Yeah, I don't know where they're taking them, but
It's even got a freaking gun hatch on the top.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll probably end up in Supermax. And he'll probably be put in solitary for,
Oh, for quite a while.
yeah,
Well,
he'll be in solitary confinement for a long,
yeah,
long
they
time.
still put him in a prison now that he can't escape from. So they must have been at some minimum security or some or medium security where he got out, because they say he climbed up to the top of the building, was gone. Like, really?
Well, cause you have minimum security, medium security, you have maximum security, but then you have what they call supermat. That's
Yeah.
where they send like the real dangerous people like, Pablo Escobar, people like that. That's where they end up is in
Well,
supermat.
he's an illegal immigrant to start with. But the thing is, what are they going to do about that prison where he escaped from? Because the other one's going to know how to escape it now. Just go up that freaking wall, do that crab walk thing up the wall, and away you go.
Oh,
Like,
I'm sure they're already,
Well, they
Plans,
probably
but-
gated that area off.
Gated it or put razor wire there or something. Maybe. I don't know.
uh,
It's an entrance right there for them to go in and out of the building. But you notice he had, I think, somebody inside, then they had somebody on the outside for him to escape.
I mean, all you'd really have to do is on the top of where he went up through is just put bars up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could even shove a shit ton of razor wire all up through there.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
you would-
It changed something there, that's for sure.
I
but-
don't think it's that hard of a fix, to be honest with you.
Or that put a lot of grease in the wall. Spray grease in there, and you can't get a good grip to get up there. But that would wear off after a while. So, bet you they post a guard there now.
Yeah, all you'd really have to do is just embed some bars up there that are, only like that far apart. Like I said, you could even hang razor wire down through there off the
Yeah.
bars and you'd have to get through that before you could even get up there. You really want to get a good,
Well, maybe they should thank them for now they know how to fix that part, right?
Well, and besides that, you can bet everybody is going to be going back and going through designed by the same architect that designed that prison, all the other prisons,
Oh, yeah.
Well, the only thing is it doesn't matter how good of an architect is. These prisoners have just
No,
nothing but time on their hands. And
yeah.
they will find the holes. I mean, no matter how good you are, they're gonna figure out there's always something that somebody's gonna miss.
Well, they haven't figured out how
Unfortunately.
to slip between the bars yet.
Well, no, but I mean, they figured out how to pass notes from cell to cell. I mean, even the cells that have doors, they do those little kites where they hook it onto a string. They swing it under the door and it goes around to the next cell. Then they can
Yeah.
just keep looping it down to, I mean, that's the thing is prisoners have so much time on their hands that they can sit there and think about that shit all day and then they find loopholes.
And they make what was it, shanks out of fucking toilet paper or something by wetting it and rolling it and drying it out.
Yeah, it's kind of like a paper mache type,
Hmm.
but they make it so hard that you can actually stick somebody with it. Like I said, no matter how good you try to design a prison, there's always that one person that might figure out some kind of way. I mean, look at the Alcatraz escape. I mean, we've all seen the movie with oh, what was his name? Who played in Alcatraz? Damn it.
What they do, shut the highway down just to freaking move this guy? Holy shit. I mean, there's people standing on the bridge up there, but I haven't seen any other traffic where they've been thing. They've got about 7 or 8 vehicles that are following this here to get the guy, but like, transport him. But I haven't seen them passing other cars. Like the highway's been shut down almost. Huh. Going through some trees and that. They still out in the countryside for sure. Well, there's a highway there, but see, there's no traffic. Well, if you go by an overpass here, whoop, looks like they just lost signal. Yep, they just did. Oh, they just got it on an off ramp by the looks of it. They're losing signal. Yeah, in and out, in and out. They're on an off ramp now, so they're going into someplace. They must have to take it to some major town. So, actually,
That's who it was, Clint Eastwood.
Actually, if I go to, I'm going to tell you here where they are. So this would be,
You remember the guy that Clint Eastwood played in Alcatraz, the guy that escaped?
yeah,
That's who it was, Clint Eastwood.
actually, if I go to
Hey, Garth.
here, where they are, YouTube, the
Garth, you got to mute your YouTube.
The guy that Clint Eastwood played in Alcatraz, the guy that escaped.
So anybody you see this here, there's all the news helicopters. So this helicopter going back to here. So maybe they got you're going into an area right here. But see all the helicopters? They're all news helicopters. I don't know what's that one. Yep, that's Chopper 80 News.
Hey, Paul, make me back the host, will you?
Yep. Okay, cool. Give me a second here. What, you want to be host again? Oh, come on. I wanted to be host.
Well, as host, what you should have done was when Garth had his audio going, you should have muted him.
Oh,
And only the host can mute.
only the host can. Oh, okay. Well, he's gone. He's coming back. He'll be back in a minute. Yeah. There's no link to join. What are you talking about? There's links there. He come in.
He was just in here and dropped out.
Yeah, I think he was trying to figure something out. So, yeah, still nothing on that other one, but on the flight radar
There it
there.
comes.
There he comes. I think he might have it under control now. There you go, Garth.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep, can hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to jump on for a second. About the Presque Isle, Paul.
Uh-huh.
I was wrong. Okay. What happened was I've been watching it all summer, and it just it shows it on the freighter, whatever you call it, tracking thing. Okay. And what it was they went down to Erie at the beginning of summer and dropped off the front part of the boat. And then they drove the tug all the way up to almost Lake Ontario, just all the way through the Welland Canal. And they were in a shipyard. And so the tracking was showing that the whole boat was in a shipyard. Okay. And then when it finally started moving a couple months later, which was just a few days ago, I saw the tug only, all painted up real nice and pretty, going through in the Inn at Lock 7 camera. Okay. And it went down to Erie, and it sat in Erie for a little while. And what I didn't know was that the front part of the boat was down in Erie. And so they must have picked it up. And then all of a sudden it showed back up going through Lake Erie last night. And then this morning when I got on the thing, I saw it going through Lake St. Clair. And so I thought it was the tug. That's why I was telling you that it was the tug only. Okay. But I just looked at it on the Marine City cam. If you go to the Marine City cam, it's going through Marine City right now. So I just wanted to tell you it's the whole boat with the front and everything. So
Yeah, the Presque Isle.
yeah. And I just didn't know what they were doing. So what they were doing apparently.
Well, right
They-
now, it just went through Algonac.
Yeah.
Was a Demoulin, which is just a tug.
Look at the Marine City cam right now if you can, and put it on your screen in the background. Okay. Or let the Hodges look at it and let it. Because I
Well,
just looked
Paul's got marine traffic.
Okay, so no, I'm talking about the Marine City live stream, okay, stream time. Because that's where it is. It's right now, it's on that camera. Okay, and I was shocked when I put the camera on because I thought it was just a tug only, but it's the whole ship. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
okay. So anyways, I thought I'd tell you about it. Okay, so I don't know if you want to fly it or whatever, but the tug looks pretty good because it's all been cleaned up. There we go. See, there it is.
The Presque Isle.
Yeah. And it hasn't been, like I said, they must have been working on the tug or putting a new motor in it or something, because a couple of months in, what is that, Hodges, up there by where the Welland Canal, St. Catherine's, right where the Welland Canal goes into Lake Ontario there.
Do some repair sometime.
Yeah,
But that's the same area, but there's St. Catherine's, all that up there.
yeah, because you could see it on the tracker for 2 months just sitting still, and it said it was not moving or whatever, and then like I said, and then I saw, like I said, I saw it go through 2 days ago. I saw it go through the Lock 7 camera.
Oh, Lock 7.
Yeah, just the tug. Okay. And so the front part of it must have been in Erie, because it went to Erie, and I went, what the hell are they going to Erie for? Just with the tug,
Yeah.
I thought the main part of the boat was, I don't know, maybe they can't get that thing through the Welland Canal either. So
Well, because is that a 1,000-footer?
yeah, it's the very first 1,000.
Welland Canal.
But
Because
it's,
the Welland Canal, I think the largest ship that can go through is 763 feet.
okay, so that's probably why, because the way it was the very first 1,000-footer, and it's a tug and a front part, but saying it's a tug is really weird because it was actually designed to couple into the front part. Okay. And since that time, they've come up with these versions that, and Paul would know all about these, the Vander whatever somethings, okay, where they have an actual tug that they put a tower on and then stick it into an old freighter thing. But it's my favorite ship. Okay. So it has been out of commission for a couple of months. So anyways, I got to run, but nice seeing you guys.
Okay, take care.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Well,
I swear people comment the weirdest crap on your
if
video.
I can, okay, hang on. Just give me a second here. See if I can. Okay, I'm gonna go here, add Facebook, go to my messenger, David.
What's up, Mark, Bill? How's it going? Some guy just commented on one of my videos and said, I miss you too. What?
Yeah.
I didn't even talk to you. What the hell are you talking about?
Hey, Paul, take a look at this. Over 200 people are stuck in a remote part of Greenland after a luxury ship ran aground. The rescuers are says the nearest help is far away.
What ship is that? Oh, that's one of those little guys.
Yeah, the Ocean Explorer cruise ship.
Yeah. The Ocean Explorer's been up here in the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
One of them
Early-
little guys.
It's Friday, that says.
Yeah, they gotta get another ship up there so they can offload everybody.
On Monday, they said the Arctic Command received a message that the cruise ship Ocean Explorer was grounded in Applegate Ford and northeast Greenland. The ship is not immediately able to freeze on its own. Huh. Oh, I don't know what they're talking about there, but
They try reverse.
yeah. But anyway, so yeah, and there you go, Paul. That one you filmed, stuck in Greenland, right?
Yeah.
I think those ships would have some kind of ground radar that would tell them they're getting close to like a sand barge or something. You know, kind of warn them, like a pre-warning system.
Well,
or
I think
something.
it all depends, Justin. That's a good theory, but it all depends upon ocean activity. It's like, if you get a big enough storm up there, things on the bottom can change overnight.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You would think they would have some kind of radar system
yeah.
that
But,
looks through the water for that.
yeah, Dave AG sent me that, so
Dead.
so tell me, I just got our channel. Would watch your comments, everyone, and everything would kind of look sexy to me.
Yeah,
Hey.
because
Morning.
I had some random dude just said, I miss you too on one of my videos. I was like, I don't even know that dude. I'm like, where people comment the weirdest crap that makes no sense sometimes.
Well, it probably makes sense to them.
Oh, I'm sure it does, but it didn't make any sense to me. Why are you saying I miss you too? You look like a 12-year-old and you put a heart emoji at the end of it. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, what was that comment I answered the other? That one was funny. Hold on.
Who the hell's calling me from Kitchener? But
No, yeah, it was the one where that kid was like, "Oh, so you got rocket rams? So what?" I said, "I must have been thinking of your mom when I titled that video." Oh, I love arguing with them kids on about Fortnite. They get so butthurt over stupid shit.
I was thinking about starting up Meals on Wheels again, but I don't think so. I don't know. Free cooked meals,
Why not? Yeah, the ability
because
to
you
get it,
have
might
to
as-
be there to receive them. Part of the deal is
Where
they
do
do
you
a
ever
wellness
go?
check when you're there.
Well, what's
So,
the
as
wellness-
random as I go fly ships or whatever, if I'm not here, then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, but isn't it at the same time every day?
General time between 10 and 12.
They come once a day or what?
One Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they give you frozen food for the weekend.
I mean, if you know what time they're generally gonna be there, then if you
Well, you know
want
me
it,
and my memory.
stay. Because besides going to the ships, you don't really go anywhere. Maybe you could take your aunt to the doctors once in a while, but
Yep.
so if you're not home, I'm assuming they don't leave anything for you, right? They just move on to the next
Oh,
person.
no, they start calling emergency services and stuff.
Bill said he'll be back. What happened to TJ? He said he was gonna be in a minute, and that was like 25 minutes ago.
Well, you know,
Maybe he decided to go to the gym after all.
the wife probably gave him a comment about, "Ooh, you're getting pudgy."
As he said that he skipped going to the gym. He was being lazy. I said, well, come on the panel. He said, all right, I'll be up in a minute. And I was like, right after you left. So. Must have got sidetracked. Saw a puppy running outside and got into a giggling fit.
Went on a giggling fit.
Oh. Anybody stop and talk to you while you were down there or no?
No, I ran into a guy that I know that does a lot of photography down there.
Cause I saw a couple of guys standing around where you were at down there. We were watching the cameras. Exactly, Bill. 100%.
Everybody's on mute here. I had a phone call, so well.
Okay, they're gonna start them again tomorrow.
What's that?
Meals on Wheels.
Well, you better be there then. They'll be taking off to fly a ship at 12 o'clock. Or 10 o'clock.
I'm gonna have to maybe I should put a note on the computers here. It says, do not leave the house between 10 and 12.
Put it on the door as you're going out.
Yeah.
Ah,
I mean, if that's what it takes to remember, then you should do it right now while you remember to do it.
Well, besides that, you know, the older I get, the less I like to cook. I used to like to cook a lot, but
Yeah, I remember Lynn saying that you used to cook like big meals back in the day.
yep. One of my favorite ones to cook was meatloaf.
yep, all day downstairs in my front door. I got a little decal I put on there, decal I made, put on my door and says, did you lock the back door? I've gone out so many times left because the dogs go in and out, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Joe. He needs to put the sign up now while he remembers to put the sign up.
Meals on Wheels, Monday through Thursday.
So what, do they give you like enough food to get you through the whole week or what?
Well, they give you enough food that's supposed to sustain you for a week. I mean, obviously, it's
I'm
a lot of
assuming maybe,
things. A lot of things maybe that I don't want to eat, but it's still good food.
I'm assuming Thursday, they load you up for the weekend.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's good that they do wellness checks on people. I mean, that's not a bad thing. I mean, it kind of, you know, if you have an older family member and you get them on that program, that's a good thing for you as well, because you at least know somebody's checking on them once a day for at least 4
well,
hours.
that's the other part of
7
it
days a week.
is they check you.
Well, not, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good program. I mean,
Lynn's on it. And when she goes away or whatever, she calls and has it canceled and restarts it up like I did.
you have to cancel it, or do you just put a hold on it?
Well,
Just
it's
go
a
out of town.
hold.
You just tell them I'm going out
You
of
tell
town
them
for a
I'll
week.
call you when I want to start again, you know?
There's a sign for you, Paul.
Bad place to stand, 1 hour free.
Another crutch. Oh, good.
Yeah, because you know, there's lots of days when I sit here thinking, I mean, yeah, the breakfast bowls are great and they work for me, but you can't eat breakfast bowls 2 or 3 times a day every day for the rest of your life, you know?
Or literally for the morning time.
I mean, I've even got frozen fish sticks in the freezer, but it, you know, you got to get out the thing and you got to put them in the oven. You got to heat them up, and you know, and I've got an air fryer, but it's still then you got to clean the air fryer, and oh, you know.
I like air fryers though, because it cooks shit twice as fast.
Oh yeah.
I
But then
like
you gotta,
frozen
but
stuff.
then you gotta clean the air fryer.
Well,
It's
see,
not a
like
big
my
deal,
air,
but you gotta wipe it out, clean it out, or whatever, you know.
well, see, my air fryer is just like a big microwave oven. It's huge, but it has trays, so you just take the tray out and clean the tray real quick, and you're done. Takes like 2 seconds. Now, if you have one of the ones that has the basket and you have
You
to
slide it in. Yep, that's
Yeah.
what mine is.
Yeah, you gotta take the basket out and clean it, and you gotta clean the plastic piece that the basket goes in, all that. It's a little bit more work, but it's still not bad.
No, it beats having to warm up a regular oven and do all that stuff, you know.
Especially in the summertime. It doesn't heat up your kitchen like that. Cause that big ass one that we have, I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, AZ,
It's-
I keep it frozen. It's been in there about 6 months or so.
Cause we don't ever even use the oven in the house here. We haven't used it since we've been here. We just use the big air fryer because it's an oven, a broiler, air fryer, it's a toaster, like it's got like 10 different things it does.
I just put about 36 cups of noodles in a bag and put it out in the garage. I don't know if that goes bad or not, you know, because it's dried up and it's sealed.
What is
But-
it?
Cup of noodles,
Hmm.
but
Oh,
it
that should be
says
fine.
best if used by 2020.
To be honest, the only thing that really goes bad in that, it would be the,
It's got veggies in there. Yep.
is it cup of noodle or is it the packs?
Cup of noodle a cup.
Oh, yeah. That might not be any good, although it's really the powder that goes bad, not the noodles themselves, because the noodles are dehydrated.
Well, the noodles are good because I warmed up one yesterday and kind of worked through it, but when I got to like a little small piece of broccoli, wasn't so good.
That's what I'm saying. The vegetables and the seasoning mix is what goes bad. The noodles themselves are dehydrated. Dehydrated food can stay good for years and years. That's why some of the military MREs, they use dehydrated foods. And then you have to put water in it or rehydrate it.
Yeah,
because
you
they'll
put
stay
water
good.
in, you put water up to the line in the cup. You put it in the microwave for like 3 minutes and it's good to go.
You know, technically, you're not supposed to microwave those. It literally says on the pack, but I've always done that.
Well,
That's how-
on the cup, a cup of noodles, it says microwave for 2.5 to 3 minutes.
'Cause they used to say,
Just crack the lid a little bit.
but yeah,
In case anybody wants to know, today's Curtis's dark birthday,
Oh, it's Curtis's birthday today. All right.
there's not
62,
much-
62.
62.
Well, he's that 62 is the age you can retire at, right?
You
No,
can
60.
retire. You can draw early at 62, I think, but you
Yeah.
can't. You have to wait till you're 65 to fully draw, I think. Retirement. But if you do it early, I don't think you get as much. But a lot of people do. JD, the time for assisted living, Paul. That's true too, Mark. The best by date isn't necessarily mean that it's bad because it goes by past that.
Well, I was thinking about giving it to the people upstairs, you know?
I would just throw them out, to be honest with you, Paul. I mean, if that broccoli didn't taste good to you and it tasted funky, don't give it to somebody else. I'll just throw it away.
Yeah, because that's coming up too. That ship is in Port Dover right now. Because I think it's coming to Port Burwell. I'm gonna go to Theo, the tugboat.
Yeah, that's how some people do it, Mark.
Mhm.
You can do it that way too. Just dump boiling water into it and then just let it sit for about 5 minutes.
Wonder why that's not coming up. Oh crap!
That's expensive you can get them way cheaper at Walmart.
Well, it's 12 in a carton and I've got like 3-4 cartons out there.
Yeah, but not for $15. You can get them cheaper than that at Walmart. You pay about $1 a cup at Walmart.
But that's them.
What side is that? That's expensive for 12 of those. The packs are a better deal. Those ones there, the packs of them, those are even cheaper.
What the hell is this?
It's
Oh, it's like it's
popcorn.
popcorn and then it's got some kind of flavoring to go with it.
Yeah, it's oil. It's popcorn oil. It's just packs that you can buy for a popcorn if you have a popcorn machine. I don't know. We buy the packs of noodles, the individual packs, not the cups. It's good backup food too. Especially for like emergencies and stuff. It's good. It's decent survival food because all you need is boiling water.
So area O. So we are going to Port Burrow September the 14th to be tomorrow. To the 19th, Port Burrow location to be confirmed yet. Then from there goes to area O. The 19th, well, that's a week away though. Go to Port Burrow. It's not that far from our trailer, 14th to the 19th. That's on the weekend. So I could always go down there.
We usually don't keep coming very long anyway after we buy. It usually gets eaten up pretty quick. A box of ramen with 12 packs of just the regular ramen that comes in the small packs. Those might last 2 weeks at the most. What's up, John?
Let's take a look. I don't know if I can bring up the calendar or not.
The
Ain't that the truth, David? They're always freaking raiding the damn pantry. Yeah, Mark, they have like different brands here too, like you can get all the like teriyaki bowl ones that come in the big, huge disposable bowls and all that. They got a bunch of different brands of that. Oh, John said is, what the Giants lose. I don't really watch football anymore, so I don't follow it. Lance is back. What's up, Lance? I know, right, David?
yeah, now that the kids are all grown, David says they got lots of food in the house.
Dude, like, there's a few things I buy just for myself. And I'll put them in the fridge. And I'll eat one or two of them. And then I go in there 2 or 3 days later to get one or two more, and they're all gone. And nobody seems to know who the fuck ate them. Like the little baby bells, I buy myself a pack. Usually once a month, I'll get myself a little 10-pack of them. Because they're kind of expensive. They're like, $6, $7 for a 10-pack. And that's usually the one treat I buy for myself when we go grocery shopping once a month. And usually I'll get about 3 or 4 of them, and then the other 5 or 6 disappear. And nobody ever seems to know who the hell ate them.
Oh, they
And then I
don't
use-
they don't fess up to it, right?
And then usually I get super pissed and start yelling at everybody in the house because somebody ate my baby bells.
Yeah, it was a dog.
It's like Sarah will buy the kids a whole bunch of stuff for the kids, and then I'll get 1 or 2 things for myself, and then they'll end up getting into that too, and it just pisses me off. Stats from the games, the worst in history,
Right.
no lie. Ooh.
The UAB forecast for tomorrow. 13 gusting to 25, 1% chance of rain, 60% cloud cover, Oh, Tuesday's a lot nicer though.
I
No,
was
hang-
just about to ask that, Mark. What the hell? How much is a
There-
pence?
Saturday is even nice. Ooh, Sunday's even gonna be nice. Liable for the next 4 or 5 days. See that Theodore, that tugboat's coming into Port Burwell, which is just down the road from there till the 19th, which is Tuesday next week. But they what did it say there? To the 19th. So I'd go down the weekend, take my drone with me. I'd go down and fly that Theodore. It's only about 10, 15 minutes from where my trailer is. So yeah. Good. 20 after 10 already.
Yeah,
Well,
you-
guys, I better get my butt in gear. I gotta go do some work, eh?
all right.
So Paul, I'll talk to you later tonight.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep, you're the host now. So
I'm back the host, yep.
Okay. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Catch you guys all later. I gotta go do some work. Somebody's got to work for a living around here. So, anyways, bye.
Later.
Bye-bye.
So Mark, we'll usually get a pack of this, couple packs of these, and I think they're about $3 and some change a piece. So it's not too bad. Stop sharing. They have like tons of different flavors. You got shrimp, beef, chicken, teriyaki. There's probably about 15 different flavors, 15, 20 different flavors you can buy at my Walmart. They have hot and spicy. Mr. Skyfly, what's up? How's it going, Joel? JD. Uh, that's funny. You got any more ships you're catching today, or was that pretty much the only one you're doing?
That
today?
was pretty much the only one I was gonna get. You never know.
You have any more coming up today?
Well, right now, the Algoma Buffalo is it's between Marysville and Port Huron. But that's just
How far
it's
out is that?
about 2 miles, 3 miles.
Oh, so it's not too far from you right now.
Yeah, no.
Probably about 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hay Barker is downbound, but it's up about 40 miles up in the lake.
That wouldn't be till this afternoon then. Sometime or late this evening.
Well, usually about noon, I would imagine.
How long does it take to go like 20, 30 miles?
It's doing 10 knots, so that's about what, 7 or 8 miles an hour.
Not very fast, though.
No, I'll tell you how fast it's going. 12.1 knots. And it's out about 10, 20, about 35 miles out.
What's up, Nunya? How you been, man? I ain't seen you in a few days. Or it's actually been, I think, about a week or so since I saw you last.
Nunya. I know he's been kind of scarce now and then, but I don't know what the circumstance is, but I think it had to do something with medical. But
Well,
Didn't
you
he-
have your,
didn't he have COVID at one time? Could be the wrong
yeah, I
guy.
want to say that was a while back, though. That was like, I want to say that was at least 6 or 8 months ago. Unless he recently caught it again. And even that, 40 miles, that'd still take you a little while doing only 13 miles an hour. That's not very fast. I mean, imagine doing 40 miles in a car at 13 miles an hour. It'd take you a while.
Oh, yeah.
Probably be at least a couple hours, if not longer. So I was saying, I mean, you remember when I did that 6 mile pipeline when I was driving the truck down the side of the road at 5 miles an hour? It took me almost 4 hours just cruising up and down that 6 mile pipeline scanning it. I spent almost half the day out there doing that. The trip from Solok to Detroit takes 2 days. Well, you know, the Gerald R. Ford, the new super carrier, that moves at, well, they say it moves at 35 knots, but they won't tell you how fast it actually goes. That's the only speed they'll tell you it goes.
Probably a lot faster than that, right?
Yeah, that thing, you ever seen that thing turn on a dime, man? It's like, shh. That thing's badass when it turns, but they'll whip that thing.
Well, in combat, you got to be able to maneuver. And they're going to
Well, they-
practice.
They said there's no naval ship or submarine that can catch it because it's faster than all of them. They said any like destroyers, frigates, submarines. They said there's not one out there that's fast enough to catch that thing. That's how fast it can get. But like I said, they've only admitted that it will go up to 35 knots. But they said it will go faster, but it's classified. They won't tell anybody how fast it will actually go. But I wouldn't be surprised with the nuclear power that it has. It probably could go double that at least, if not a little bit more. I couldn't help you there, Wayne. Maybe ask Matt. Usually Matt bumps give you a rash. He might be able to help you with that. That's still super slow though, Mark. I said, just compare it to driving in a car that's slow going that far. That would take you forever. I hate going through a fucking school zone for a quarter mile. It feels like it takes forever. Cause there's some school zones around here that are really long school zones because there's some areas where there's 2 or 3 schools all in a row, you know? And you might have a school zone that's a quarter mile, half mile long. And you're doing, and there are some school zones around here that are 20 mile an hour that are a little bit bigger highways, but at 15 miles an hour, it feels like it takes forever getting through those school zones. Cause there's one out, where my son used to go to school and there's about 4 or 5 schools all in a row out there. And the school zone goes for over a mile. Because all the schools right there. We got like 3 elementary schools and 2 middle schools all crammed into one area going down there. Oh, that's true too, Edward. But I would like to see how fast that thing actually goes, though, being that big of a ship. That'd be interesting.
Hard to outrun a missile, yep.
That's why they surround those things with destroyers and shit. And the destroyers can handle multiple missiles at one time. The different defenses they have on them.
I see Wayne B is giving you a hard time.
I told him ask Matt. Yeah, but that's fast for a ship that size, Mark. And they say that it will go a lot faster than that, but they won't admit, or because it's classified, they're not allowed to tell you how fast it goes, but they will say it has been clocked and it has been known to go 35 knots.
JD is jumping in on the fray.
Well, he always does. Him and Wayne are butt buddies. Wayne invented insults too, by the way, JD.
I thought JD invited that, invented the insults.
Yeah, it is, Dunya. That's really fast. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't go double that speed. Because you're talking about 2 nuclear power plants pushing that shit. It's a big ship, but that's a lot of power. And if you've ever seen that thing turn on a dime at full, when they're going 20, 25 knots and they whip that thing. I mean, and the way that they designed it, the center of gravity, I mean, it will stay almost perfectly flat when they're whipping it around like that. They just designed it really well. Cut through the water. But they've, like I said, they have, like I said, I don't know what's true or what's not, because obviously it's the military, but they have said that there is no naval ship or submarine that can catch it once it goes full speed. Oh, that's funny, JD. Our schools are all 20-mile per what? I think he meant our ships are all 20-mile per hour. Maybe. Well, I guess TJ's not coming in. Guess he abandoned
No, I would
us.
say not.
Oh, it's school zones. Oh, yeah. Ours, most of ours are 15. Like I said, some school zones are 20. If it's kind of like a more major highway around here. But very rare do you see a 20-mile-an-hour school zone. Most of them are 15. They're annoying. I understand why they do it. They're just annoying. But I'll tell you what, don't you speed in a school zone around here. Oh, Jesus. Dude, they'll get you for going 1 or 2 mile an hour over. They will pull you over and give you a ticket in a heartbeat. Like you have to be right at 15 or slower. If you're a mile over, they will. There was, oh, I remember when that lady got pulled over when I was doing I was repainting the gas meter there at the armory across the street from the high school. And that lady got pulled over right next to me. I mean, I was probably 5 feet from her car when the cop was talking to her. And she was doing, and not only that, it was a school zone, but they were doing construction work on the road right there in the school zone during the school hours. And she ended up, what was she doing? Like 23 or something through there, 25, somewhere in there. And she asked the cop how much a ticket was going to be. It was going to be over $2,000 because she was not only speeding through the school zone, but she was speeding through a construction zone too. And a construction zone automatically doubles the fine. Oh, she
Wow.
was pissed. I couldn't believe how much that ticket was because you get us so many. I think it's like $100 or something for every mile an hour you're over in the school zone. Plus she got the ticket for the construction zone and then it doubled the fine. The construction zone fine. Oh yeah, it was like
Wow.
over $2,000. That lady was pissed. But she was her own damn fault. I got pulled over for going through the school zone. I was going 2 miles an hour over. I was doing 17 and the cop pulled me over. He didn't ticket me, thank God. He was nice enough. He's like, it's gonna be about $200-300 ticket. And he was like, he goes, I realize you're only doing 17, but you gotta slow down. Kind of grilled me for a minute, and I was like, I appreciate it. I mean, I really couldn't say it wasn't my fault because it was. I just wasn't paying attention enough.
Well, you know, when they get the self-driving cars thing fixed, there'll be a lot of those tickets will go away.
Oh yeah, because cars will be able to recognize school zones and all
Well,
that.
they'll be paying attention. You can't be distracted. A car won't be distracted from what its mission, you know?
Right. Oh, I think a lot of, like I said, when self-driving becomes more, people become more comfortable with it throughout the generations and it becomes more advanced and it takes over more, I think a lot of issues are going to disappear. I think accidents are going to become a rarity. Traffic jams are going to become less frequent because the cars aren't going to be doing stupid maneuvers in and out of traffic for no reason. They'll all
Right.
talk to each other and they'll move at the most efficient pace that they can to keep traffic moving without
Well,
human
and
interference.
they'll know what's going on ahead of them, behind them.
Right, because all the cars will be, I think at some point there's gonna be a universal system that every car company is gonna use so these cars can talk to each other
Right.
and say, hey, I'm doing 20, I need you to do 22. I need the car behind you to do 24. You know, they're all gonna talk to each other and readjust their speed. And I think a lot of that stuff's gonna become a thing of the past because of that. There's a lot, 99% accidents are caused by human error. It's not mechanical issues, it's human error. People being stupid, driving fast or weaving in and out of traffic. I mean, there's cars now that will parallel park for you. You know, you have to do the parallel parking.
Right.
I don't think the technology's quite there because there have been cases where people weren't paying attention to Teslas and they did wreck because the Tesla just didn't perform the way it should have or it misread something. But in another 10 years, I think that shit's going to be super perfected and it's going to be a lot better. And it's just going to get better as time goes by. I mean, in 20 years, the cars are going to be so advanced, it's going to be insane. And I think eventually the cars, you're literally just going to, like you see in some of the futuristic movies.
Bill's
gonna
got a
walk
car
up-
that has a lot of that stuff built into it.
Right. But at the same time, you're kind of getting to this point where you can trust it for most of the time, but there may be still an incident where it's not able to really understand what's going on around it because not every car is a smart car at the moment.
Right.
But once you start seeing older cars getting phased out more and more every year and more of these smarter cars are taking over and getting online, it's gonna be a whole different, it's gonna be a game changer for sure. Oh, yeah, yeah, I think so too, Nunya. What's up, Laura? How's it going?
Hey, Laura.
I think eventually you're just gonna get in the car. There's not gonna be a steering wheel or anything. You're just gonna get in, sit down, put in, tell it where you wanna go. And next thing you know, you're there. And you'll be able to sit there and play on Facebook, do a crossword puzzle. Have a chat with whoever's riding with you in the car, and you'll never have to look at what the car is doing. And people are gonna get more comfortable with it the more generations that go by. I mean, that's just gonna happen. Every generation that's gonna go by is gonna become more reliant, more comfortable on it. And it's gonna get to a point where you're probably not even gonna have a driver's license anymore. You might have a license saying that you own the vehicle.
The,
and it
the
has a right
vehicle,
to
the vehicle itself will be licensed.
Right. There will be a point where driver's license for individuals will not be a thing anymore.
And law enforcement will be able to push a button and pull your car over, you know, it won't be any.
I don't know if it's gonna go that far. I mean, it might get to a point where the car itself will pull over if it recognizes there's a cop car behind it. But I don't think the cops themselves could just push a button.
Well, I
That might,
think, I
that
think
might get
that
into a whole.
the cop car is going to be the one to do it. The cop is just going to be along for the ride too, you know?
Right. Yeah, gonna be like an operator's permit, exactly, don't you?
What link did AZ put in the chat?
Uh. Here. I'll share it.
Oh my goodness. You got a Jaguar. Where is the guy? What?
Buckle up.
Where?
Heading to Xanadu Coffee Company.
Oh no, Amanda. Do you trust this? Amanda.
Yeah, see, they already have technical self-driving vehicles.
Oh my god. I cannot believe this.
Are you buckled?
Yes, I want to be buckled.
But I
Oh,
think
no.
it's gonna get to the point where that's gonna be gone. You're not gonna need a steering wheel there no more. There will be no manual takeover.
Where?
Well, and if there is a manual emergency takeover, it'll be a
Well,
joystick.
how did he
and
get
a
down
console.
here?
I called it.
Well, the thing is what do you really need a manual takeover for? Because there's no way in hell a human can even come close to reaction time as quick as a computer can.
No, but I'm talking about an emergency.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. So say you're coming up to a car and you're about to rear end it, right? Oh, let's finish this and I'll say my thought.
You called it.
I did.
Call who?
The car.
There's no driver.
I know.
Oh. Amanda, is it? In other
Jerry
words,
says he's scared.
Hello, Amanda.
oh my goodness.
But I think
That's
that
good, AZ.
I don't think there's gonna be a need for a manual to take over because say you come up to, you're about to rear end a car. You're not gonna react any quicker than that computer would.
Well,
That
I'm not
computer's
talking
gonna-
about accident situation. I'm talking about, let's say if there was some kind of a mechanical error that occurred while you were in the car.
I mean, I guess, but
You know, it's
That's
like
the
you'd have to have a gas pedal and a brake pedal to stop it in an emergency situation.
I think that at some point, it might be 5 years from now, it could be 30 years from now, but I think there's gonna be a point where these things are so advanced. and-
Oh, in 50 years,
And-
you and I won't recognize what's going on. We'll be like them two old guys in the back of the car. Oh my God.
Well, and then it's gonna get to a point where people aren't gonna think about that anymore. You know, even an older person will get into a car and it's gonna become such a normal thing that you're not even gonna think about the vehicle anymore. You're just gonna get in it. It's gonna take you where you wanna go.
Nunya's
You know what
laughing
I'm
so
saying?
hard, he says, stop it, I may pee a little bit.
But that's what I'm saying, like, it's gonna get to that point though, where it's gonna be so normal that you're not even gonna think about it anymore.
What do you want? What you want?
I'll hear your input, JD.
Okay. Right back. I think she wants to go out.
My fucking chat froze again, so I missed all that. Hold on. Yeah, David, I don't think that I was reading what you were saying about the car being stuck. Yeah, I don't think that it's quite there, but another 10 years, yeah, it should be. I think they'll have that shit perfected.
Gotta go side.
Biggest thing is they have to come up with a network where no matter what car company you buy from, they'll all be able to talk to each other. There's gotta be some kind of universal network for these things to be on. That they can all plug into and be able to talk to each other. Because that's gonna make for a lot safer driving when they all know what each other are doing. Fun to think about though. I'd love to see what it's like in 100, 200 years.
Hey,
Oh,
Dre.
holy crap, it's Dre.
How we
Where
doing?
you,
Good. How are you
Where you-
doing, Dre?
I'm
where you
doing
been at?
okay.
Nobody's seen you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, took a couple weeks off.
We were
You,
just talking about you
Dre, you
yesterday.
have one of those self-driving cars, don't you?
No. I'm old school.
Oh, okay.
I'm not into electric vehicles and all that kind of self-driving crap. If I can't hear it and I can't feel it rumbling underneath me, I don't want to drive it.
Well, your
So-
your kids and grandkids are going to probably end up in all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Wayne, I can dumb it down for you.
motorheads like I am.
Did you have fun on your vacay or?
Oh, I just been doing some, updating stuff, keeping up on, work here and also my drone work, getting things situated, trying to figure out what's going to happen. Everybody was speculating drone ID was not going to come into play, but the FAA has yet to put out an official word. So everybody's sitting on pins and needles for Friday. Or I
Well,
should
that's
say
supposed to
Saturday,
take
whatever the
effect
16th is.
this Friday.
The 6th, I think, is this Saturday. 16th is, I'm not mistaken. Let me
Wow.
check my calendar right quick here.
The end of the week.
16th on a Saturday. Yep.
Like I said, Wayne, I can dumb it down for you. Duh. Is that easier for you to understand?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, JD?
JD's excited to see you, Dre.
Yeah, so I've been checking on you guys. I don't know if you're able to check who gives you a thumbs up, but I give a thumb up to your show, Paul, Justin's show, and the rest of them. I just have not participated in the chat groups. That's all.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, it doesn't tell you who thumbs up, but we
Good.
were
That
actually
means I
just
stay
talking
anonymous.
about you.
Because
Yeah, we were just talking about you the other day.
support you.
Somebody noticed you weren't around and I went and looked at your channel. So yeah, it's been about a couple weeks. I said it's been 3 weeks since you posted a video.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably be doing one this weekend or something, doing some more RTK stuff. I've been getting a lot of questions about that from the previous videos I put out.
How's the
Oh,
weather
God.
out there, Dre?
The weather is turning great, Paul. We're in we call a we're hoping it's going to be a permanent change to fall where it stays in the mid 80s, 70s and 80s and stuff. But we never know. We might get a hot streak here and a turn of a hat. You know, it's just right now. Today's supposed to be a high of 88. Tomorrow's supposed to be around the high 70s, and then the weekend supposed to be around the mid 80s.
Well, wait, if it make you feel any better, I like a little bit of warmth, and it's only 55 degrees here right now.
Ooh, that's a little out here in California. That's we call Parkers and boots wear weather. Yeah.
No, Nanya, Dre's definitely a Jaguar man. Loves his Jaguars.
That's what you drive now, is a Jaguar, isn't it, Dre?
Yeah, I own I would say my family owned Jaguars. I think we have a total of 5 or
Well, then you
yeah,
wouldn't wanna
5
come on-
Jaguars in the family.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to come on a panel, or you wouldn't fit in.
And stuff. I'd say Nanya, for me, my favorite muscle car would be the 1965 Corvette Stingray, split window, all black. That year was I think the best Corvette ever in my taste. That
know,
was
it's
a
fu-
nice car.
You know, what's funny
Other
is
than
my
that,
dad
I
had.
wouldn't mind if I had the money, buying an Eleanor. They get special built down in Texas. Like the one in the movie, what was the name of that movie, Justin? Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a
Eleanor.
company in Texas that builds those down there called, they make all of them named Eleanor.
You know what's funny is my dad had 2 of those sitting in his garage.
Is that right? Mm,
He had a little 2-car garage in the back of the property for years
yeah.
with 2 of those just sitting in there.
Mm,
Never did nothing. I don't think either one of them ran. They sat there for years just collecting dust.
yeah.
I don't know what he ever did with them. I'm sure he sold them, but
Yeah. Other than that, actually, I had some cousins that used to work at the when California used to have auto plants out here in the Hawthorne, Torrance area. I had some older cousins, actually the cousins of my mother, who worked there, and all they drove were the old Cudas, the 442s. None of them had a Charger. I remember one had a Cuda, the other one had a 442, and then they had some special order. I want to say were they Impalas or something, but they used to go out to a drag strip out here in LA called Lions Drag Strip, way back in the days, late 60s, early 70s. And they had trophies around the house of them winning trophies at the drag strip.
I'd actually like to have an old school California style lowrider. Like a
Yeah,
65
that's for
Impala.
me. See, I like so many different. I mean, like I said, I'm a motorhead. I like different type of cars. I would love to have a truck, a custom truck. Would like to have a lowrider. I mean, I had a lowrider in high school, but I also like the muscle cars because that's the era I grew up in. Also, I mean, my older brother, had a 66 Goat with triple deuces on it.
No,
So
yeah, I
that thing
remember
was,
lowrider scene in the 90s. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, well, actually,
Big
for me,
time.
lowriders 70, late 70s is lowriders for me. During my last few years of high school, my first car was a 67 Chevy Impala, and I had it low riding for a while. Then after a while, I got tired of doing that. I put some big ass tires on it, air shocks, lifted it back up, and was running around that way.
That was really popularized in pop culture in the 90s.
Yep.
65 Impalas with Dayton rims.
Yep, but now you can't. Now it's all about the Cadillacs and Lincolns because you can't find the parts for the older ones in the 60s. You always got to get them custom made. So how's everybody been doing?
Well, hanging in
Very
there.
good.
Yeah, last time I talked to you, Justin, you guys were going through the storm and stuff. Now you got another one coming from the other side.
That one's gonna end up hitting Maine as a category 1.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, I completely went up it completely made a right turn
Okay, so it went up to up along the coast.
Yeah. It looks
Yeah.
like it's gonna hit Maine as a category 1 or a tropical storm.
Oh,
One
I
of the
mean,
two.
it's gonna bury Maine then, 'cause them folks ain't ready.
But it was heading straight towards us, but then the way the wind shears were at the time.
Yeah,
It-
I saw the models about, I think about maybe last weekend, they were talking about it going straight there, right into, I guess what's on the west coast side there? It's not Tallahassee, it's,
Talking about Orlando.
yeah, well, Orlando's middle of the state, it's in the middle, it's whatever's on the west coast side, northern part of the state is supposed to hit.
Oh, you're talking about the panhandle up here?
Yeah, that's the pan, but on the east side, I'm sorry, east side, I'm saying west side, but it should be east side. That one was
No.
supposed to come right into right there, initially, like you said, turned another direction.
Yeah,
they're
cause
talking
it was
about-
heading right for us and then,
Yeah, cause I said, cause that's Hurricane Franklin, right?
yeah. No, this
Yeah,
is Lee.
Yeah, it says it's supposed to come right there to the northeast side of Florida. And it's supposed to hit, just south of Georgia and that right there.
I don't know what the
Made
hell
that
this
turn.
one's doing. This storm's just high out in the middle of the Atlantic doing weird turns.
Yeah, well, it's probably
Yeah.
gonna fizzle. It's gonna either fizzle out that far away now. It's already cleared the United States. That's gonna either head back towards England or something that far out.
Yeah, this one's gonna probably be a 1 when it hits Maine.
Yeah.
Unless some reason right around here it starts losing its
Mm-hmm.
speed. But yeah, it was making a beeline and it went from a tropical storm to a 5 in less than 2 days.
Yeah.
Like it strengthened that freaking quick.
Mm-hmm.
But they said if it would have kept coming towards us, it probably would have gotten back up to a high 4 or low 5.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's starting to go up, in the cooler waters up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky this year, I'll tell you what, because the one hurricane that came in, we didn't really get hit that bad in our area. It was nothing.
Yeah.
It just rained a lot. But other than that, even where it did hit in Florida, it wasn't extremely devastating.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I gotta go to a FEMA class this morning for emergency shelter operations in about an hour or so. So I guess that little hurricane we had got everybody nervous. Plus all these earthquakes that are happening. Folks are realizing, oh, we need to get ready.
yeah, Joe's saying he thinks it's a tropical storm when it hits Maine. That's
Mhm.
what it looks like. It might dial down when it gets up to Maine.
Yeah. So, Mr. Murray, what you been up to?
Just the usual stuff. Just trying to behave myself and get as much flying in as I can, but
Well, you said, as I'm sure Lynn would say, that's an oxymoron for you, behaving yourself.
no, my nickname has always been through life, Mr. Straight Arrow.
Oh, okay. Well, that's more like say straight arrow or just never been caught.
Something like that.
Nunyon, I'm a student today in that class. I'm not, so I'll be learning.
All right, Paul, I gotta jump off here. I gotta go make a couple calls.
Okay.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
Okay, we'll
Where-
see you
where-
later tonight.
Yeah.
So where's the other Mr. Paul at?
He's out doing sign work.
Okay, he got out early today, huh?
Yeah, it was he had a couple of signs from yesterday which were the opposite directions, of course. And then he got another one that was in another direction today, so he's got 3 signs to do.
Oh, okay.
And plus the fact that now that he's got a little missus.
Oh, he's still dating that young lady.
Yeah. That's progressing.
Okay, so he's full steam ahead, huh?
Yep.
Okay, well, good for him.
Yep. Yeah, because he was he was pretty lonely.
Yeah, that's understandable. You know,
When you're married for as many years as he was, and you lose your wife, and
right,
it's probably like losing part of you.
right. Yeah, I've heard that. From
Everybody's
people.
happy. Everybody's happy for him.
Good. That's good. That's
But
good.
I get the feeling he doesn't like to talk about it much because he's afraid he's going to jinx it.
Oh, yeah, that get that notion too. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Exactly.
I see little Mama Laura came in, or she just said something. Yeah. So the only thing I've done recently, I upgraded my internet at the house, and I went from 2 gig up and down to 5 gig up and down.
Wow.
So,
Lightning speed.
well, like I said, when I did the speed test, my download was over 1,000, and that's wireless. And my upload, which I thought was kind of slow, was only around 300 and stuff. So I was like, a little disappointed in that and stuff. But it's just I needed it. Just having too many device issues in the house. We get to those fringe areas of the house. That's when we start having issues upstairs, far corners of the house. And that seems to be all the places where my wife wants to sit and do work on her laptop.
Right.
So,
well, I don't know if you heard, Dre, but they captured that guy that they've been looking for.
yeah, I saw that when I got in this morning. They did the capture. They're probably going to do a press conference here, probably in the next hour or so.
You know what they said was the difference? Thermal imaging.
Oh, did they say how they used it?
No, they didn't, but I'm guessing it had to
But
be.
see, I was thinking that for the last 2 weeks, I said, how come they're not saying they got drones in the air using thermal imaging
Yeah.
to track this guy? Because like I said, he kept saying he only moves at night. I said, what is the best tool available today? I don't care what it's been aircraft, helicopter, whatever, drones, which has been the sensible thing, and say, okay, we believe we have him in this designated area. You get about a half a dozen or so drone pilots out there with thermal imaging cameras.
And all they needed to do was put the call out. They'd have a ton of drone pilots with thermal imaging cameras.
That's what I'm saying. Put the call out and people would have came there. And like I said, it's been a volunteer thing. I mean, if it's in my area, I would volunteer, say, hey, I have the ability to get up there, and we would have drones up there nonstop. As one drone starts winding down, you fire another one up and take a spot, and you just keep surveillance going all night long.
Yep.
Movement. And like I said, I mean, with the smaller drones, you talk about the Enterprise Advance at 300 feet, he'll never hear it.
No.
He'll never hear it till it gets down to about maybe 150 feet. He will never hear that drone flying over. Have no idea why he's moving around.
Now, which drone do you have that you would recommend for that purpose? The M300 or?
I would say any of them would work as far as this. No, but I'm saying for surveillance type work, the Enterprise Advance is just like I said. It's like the same body makeup as the Maverick 2 Pro. Very quiet, very stealthy. I said once it gets above 100 feet, the ambient sounds of traffic, even out in the wooded area, you'll have the crickets and the frogs and all this kind of stuff would drown out any sound of a drone, even if it's flying at 100 feet.
Yeah,
you can fly that thing at about 200, 300 feet and still pick up great image on the ground when everything's going to be dark. Everything's going to be cooled down. So you're not going to have, the only thing's going to be heated up is this guy moving around. So
now your big drone, you wouldn't use that.
No, unless we got him pinned down and I can put the spotlight on that on top of that and just basically hold him in place until ground units move into position.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, that thing is too loud. It's very loud. I can hear that thing. I've had it out like the last job I did with it at a facility doing roofing, a thermal job roofing. I could hear that thing almost a quarter mile down the road.
Oh, wow.
I could hear it coming, you know.
Yeah,
So
and,
that's why I
and,
tell
and,
people-
and in a quiet setting like that.
Yeah, and I was out at this facility, middle of a city, traffic, right next to an airport. I got other aircraft flying, but I could still hear that drone.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. This the size of it, the size of the props on it, everything else. It you're not going to miss it. So I said that Enterprise Advanced, like I say, it's very stealthy. They could have been tracking this guy very easily. Once they, been able, I don't know when they started using thermal imaging and stuff, but that would been the first night or two.
Yeah,
hours.
that was my question, because I've owned a few thermals in the past, but
Yeah,
why they don't, because they
Yeah.
were calling in people from all over the Northeast to come in with this search. And I never heard them talk about, yeah, there's helicopters,
yeah,
not any drones with thermal imaging cameras.
yeah. And like I said, with the drone, you could be up there almost nonstop if you have multiple drones.
Yep.
One starts wearing down, you send the other one out before you return the other one, so it picks up right where the other one left off at,
Yep.
and then you come back. And like I said, you can always get the portable. Like me, I have a portable little charger. Charge them batteries up. Within about 40 minutes, it charges my batteries
Yeah,
up.
if you had 4 or 5 guys stationed together,
That's
they
what I'm
could just
saying.
continually rotate,
Just continually rotate, so you have that continuous surveillance going nonstop. Don't miss nothing. So I was very shocked that I just thought, after a while, you know what, they must know something I don't know. But I'm like you, within the first, I would say 48 hours, and they said this guy was in the wooded area. I'm thinking like, yeah, I said, well, this is the best option is get some drones up there
Yeah.
and see what's going on.
Yeah, because they were showing aerial views from helicopters of guys tromping through the woods and whatever.
Mhm. Yeah. So they may have had up in there, the drones just didn't say anything about it, just in case. I think the biggest thing they were worried about was somebody helping this guy. I think that was the biggest thing they were worried about, was somebody actually helping this guy, stay hidden.
Yep.
But evidently he's very resourceful. When I saw that video of him crab walking up those 2 walls, and I'm thinking to myself, even in my best condition, that's not easy to do.
No.
And it seemed like he had been practicing
Yep.
to be able to do that. I mean, it's like he was just the right size, the right shape to get between those 2 walls and walk himself up like that.
Yep. Very true.
So that's something else. Something else.
Well, Dre, you got a meeting to go to, right?
Yeah, I got it's training class starts in about an hour. It's down at the PD station. So I gotta make a run down there. And I got some other little errands to do. So
Okay. Well, I
like I
think
said, if
I'm
you're ready
gonna,
to shut it down, be my guest.
yeah, I think I'm going to shut her down, Dre. And thanks for coming in.
I appreciate it all anytime.
And we'll see you again soon, I hope.
Oh yeah, I'll be around. Like I said, I'm always around. Like I said, I've been keeping tabs on you guys, just not been participating. That's all.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay, Dre, we'll see you. Everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. We'll see you.